everybody, we're here. RLG October, Halloween month, Halloween specials. We're doing this episode on our favorite horror shows. And let's just jump right into this. I'm here with Putty. I'm here with JD. And their stuff will be in the bio. Putty, kick it off. Favorite horror shows.
All right. Number 5 is a caps. It is, ladies and gentlemen, The X-Files and Twin Peaks. I say Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks. There you go. Is that good? Does that work?
Yeah.
All right, I'm done.
Okay. Me?
Yeah, it's you.
Me? Okay. Mine is a caps as well. It's American Horror Story and The Walking Dead.
Two terrible shows. All right.
Started off good. That's why they're at the bottom of the list.
Well, that's why they're not on the list. I'll say that.
Hey, wait, don't ruin your list, Putty. Now I know what's on your list.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, number 5 for me is a caps. I do have 2 caps on this list. I didn't go like all out, but I mean, here we go. My number 5 is What We Do in the Shadows and Wellington Paranormal.
Okay, so I want to drop this in there real quick. I have a list called Not Seen But Interested. 2 have not seen it all. That one's on that list because I'm currently still watching it. So it is enjoyable, though. I will say that. So. Oh, it's my turn. I forgot. Just so you're waiting. All right. My number 4 is The Outer Limits. Please stand by. That's it.
My number 4 is my final caps. It's tied between Hannibal and Helix.
Ooh, Helix. That's a good one. I like that.
I just thought about Hannibal too. Crap, man. So many I missed.
Well, my number 4 is caps. This is my last caps as well. It's The Outer Limits. Good call, Putty. And Tales from the Crypt.
Hello, kitties.
Well, I guess if we're going to go there, my number 3 is Tales from the Crypt.
Nice.
My number 3 is not Tales from the Crypt. It's The Twilight Zone.
You almost got me.
It's the original Twilight Zone, yeah.
Well, I know the new Twilight Zone's probably Putty's number 1, so we'll wait till we get there. Is it me?
Yes, sir.
Number 3, The Files That Are X-Files.
The Sex Files.
Okay,
that's Red Shoe Diaries.
My number 2?
Same guy.
2?
It is, actually. No, that was Californication.
No, David Duchovny's the host of Red Shoe Diaries.
He was.
Sorry, Putty, we didn't even let you talk.
Yeah, well, go somewhere else with this. All right. As far as the location, right? My number 2, I love it. It's existing now, and it's great. Stranger Things, number 2.
My number 2 is a fairly newer show as well, but it's not. It is The Strain.
Oh, wait.
I heard that's really good. I've never seen that.
Yeah, The Strain is really, really good.
All right, my number 2. This was a really hard toss-up for me between 1 and 2. And I think I just have... I really love this property, but I think my number 1 is just really special to me. But my number 2 is Ash vs. the Evil Dead.
Okay, I haven't got to watch that, and I want to. It's just time. I'm going to find time to, though. I'm going to. All right, so my number 1. Well, I hate you, Campo. John, I hate you. Knew this, but it's 1 and 2, though. I will say that. It is the original and the new. It's Twilight Zone. And to this day, I cannot stop watching In the Eye of the Beholder. I don't know why I love that one.
That's a really good one.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones. I mean, it's not like I ever contribute something that's similar to that in life, you know what I mean? But, you know, you guys could be the ugly ones and I'm the handsome one. So, you know what I mean? So, I'm just saying.
At this point, I would say yes, because, I mean, you look like you had plastic surgery.
What do you mean?
I don't know, Putty. You look like a really good-looking guy. Let's jump over to JD here. For
my number 1 is The X-Files. It's one of the greatest shows ever made, period.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Except for the comeback.
No, I'm not talking about the comeback.
And the movie.
I like the movie. Actually, I kind of like the movie.
The movie's fine. The movie's fine.
I like the movie.
But it's not comparable to the show.
Come on.
Oh, I agree. 100%.
The spin-off of the show of X-Files is also really good. What was it called with the 3 guys?
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah, that was enjoyable. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the hell it was called.
Yeah.
I know, but they're the guys that work for. They were the geeks. They were the geeks, and I wanted to be those geeks. Anyway,
and the guy, one of the guys in the group looks like the guy from Ace Ventura when he's like, clam chowder, New England clam chowder, the white or the red. My number one is Supernatural. I just absolutely love Supernatural, and it's 15 seasons. It's great. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Just skip season 7.
I believe it or not, I have not seen Supernatural.
Well, it's not worth it at this point. You have 15 seasons to go.
Yeah, well, I only got like 5 seasons in. I got to the point where, spoiler alert, can I say it?
Wow.
I didn't say anything yet. What the hell? That's why I'm doing the spoiler alert. But you know who went to hell? That's where I ended. And right after that, when he
there's a lot of show left.
I know. But again, I was
they go to hell like 5 more times.
Oh no, wait, it was the second time. It was when the other one. Okay, I won't get into it. Anyway, you know what I mean. It's the other one.
He still got 3 more hells to go.
Yeah, I go.
Okay, so I mean, those are all really good lists. Putty, why don't you give yourself a read through?
Okay, so cast for number 5, X-Files and Twin Peaks. Number 4 is The Outer Limits. Please stand by. Number 3 is Tales from the Crypt. Number 2 is Stranger Things. Okay, and then of course 1 is The Twilight Zone.
Okay. My number 5 is caps with American Horror Story and The Walking Dead. Number 4 is caps with Hannibal and Helix. Number 3 is The Twilight Zone. Number 2 is The Strain, and number 1 is The X-Files.
There you go. You came for the list. You came for the list.
No, I gotta go. My number 5 is What We Do in the Shadows and Wellington Paranormal. My number 4 is, which by the way, both of those shows are connected. They're both from the same universe.
Yeah.
They're both spin-offs of What We Do in the
That's
Shadows.
also why I didn't put on because I haven't seen the other one yet, so I'm in the middle of this. Yeah.
Number 4 for me is The Outer Limits and Tales from the Crypt. Number 3 is The X-Files. Number 2 is Ash vs. the Evil Dead. Number 1 is Supernatural. That's a list. If you want to listen to more lists, just keep listening to this episode. Don't leave. So I'm going to go first here because I just wanted to get one specific thing out of the way. For my honorable mentions, I'm just going to put all of them at once. Okay. Because I really only have 2, but I'm going to mention something else. So my 2 are Sabrina, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. That show absolutely surprised me. I had so much fun with it. It does taper off towards the end in quality, but I really liked it. It made Kiernan Shipka's going to be a huge star just because of that. And Penny Dreadful, I think, is totally not the second show with what the hell's her name? Oh my god, I don't remember her name. The girl from Game of Thrones. There's a sequel series that has nothing to do with the first series, and it's just not good. Okay. But I wanted to mention Stranger Things because I was really iffy about putting Stranger Things on my list because after season 1, I feel like it's not a horror show anymore. It became, and it's fine if you have it on your list because if you check anywhere on the internet, it says it's a horror show. But for me personally, like I want people to know that it does. I want to put this on my list. Like this would have been high up, but I just couldn't because especially when you get to like season 3, it's like it just becomes an action adventure show. It's no longer like a
fantasy.
It's like a fantasy show. Yeah. It loses that horror element. It no longer nothing about it felt. Season 1 though is like really steeped in horror.
Yeah, but I will defend it and say Supernatural didn't at one point do the same thing.
Supernatural is literally about demons and
but you got to remember. But that's also kind of if you look at Stranger Things, that's kind of what their definition of demons is. You know what I mean? But yeah,
Stranger Things is about like something created in a lab. So technically, it could be science fiction. It still would be horror.
Yeah,
still would be
and
horror.
Then you could say the same thing about Helix too, which is in a way some sci-fi.
I mean,
elements.
it's still definitely horror.
Yeah,
it's like X-Files, right? X-Files has a lot of sci-fi stuff in it, but it's still a horror show. In my opinion, after season 1, which is like so like ingrained in a horror element, it kind of goes away. But season 4 is not a horror show at all. It's like other than the way people look like as monsters, it's totally like a fantasy adventure because it's based on Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? But I still just wanted to mention it because I do think it does belong on my list, but for that reason, I'm not putting it. And JD you didn't have it either, did you?
No, I didn't because I find it's more of a fantasy sci-fi. high fantasy, whatever you want to call it.
I would
Yeah.
allow it. It's
Yeah.
definitely a horror show at points, so it's fair. We all have kind of like a lot of mine are comedies. So
Yeah.
that's I'm not gonna you can get at me for that, but
Well, see, for example, I'll jump in because the thing is, you guys knocked off 3 off my list, which was The Walking Dead, Supernatural, American Horror Stories. American Horror Stories, it was the same with Supernatural. They didn't get in there because I didn't finish them, and I feel like for me, in order to critique, I have to finish the shows. You know what I mean?
that's
Well, with
I'll
American-
agree with you. Sorry.
So yeah, I was gonna say with American Horror Story, that's more of an anthology. So each season
Yeah.
is its own separate thing, and that's why it's on my list because some seasons were really good and some seasons were absolute garbage.
For that show, I haven't seen a lot of it. That's why it's not on here. But I'm not a fan of what I did see. But I would recommend if you're gonna watch it, only watch the seasons based on the thing that you specifically like about horror.
Yeah.
So like season 2 is probably my favorite. The Asylum.
The Asylum was
I
good.
hated the Coven, the third one.
The Carnival one was really, really good. I like
I
the
never
Carnival
saw
one.
Carnival.
That's where I stopped. I stopped after the Covenant.
I only saw 4 seasons. I saw the first one, the second one, the third one, and then I watched the Lady Gaga one just to like
Hotel
to get it, and that one was friggin' terrible. And
The
she's
Hotel one?
so bad in it. Like
Yeah, but Evan Peters is great.
yeah, he's great in everything. He's great in the Dahmer show apparently. So I'm gonna check that out eventually. But yeah, going with what Putty said, I agree because the reason I had 2 shows here, I literally put shout out because like I'm having new categories now for myself. Hannibal and Bates Motel because
I forgot about Bates Motel. Oh, that was so good.
Very minimal amount of episodes of both shows, and I think they're both great. But I couldn't put it on my list because I think to be on the list, I have to have seen almost the whole show.
Yeah,
and I've only seen a couple of episodes of both of those, and I think they're both great. I just, that's why I couldn't put it on my list.
Yeah. And the girl from Bates Motel is now in House of the Dragon.
Yeah, she's in a lot of things.
Yeah. A cook.
So is the other one too. What's her name? Vera Farmiga. Is that the mom's name?
Vera Farmiga's her sister. They're sisters, not mother and daughter. Believe it or not.
No, she's Norman's.
Oh yeah, Vera Farmiga's Norman's mom.
You're thinking of real life. The two.
Yeah, the one who was in American Horror Story.
Yeah, she's also an American Horror Story. I forget what her name is.
Yeah.
But Vera Farmiga's in American Horror Story as well, isn't she?
No, not that I.
She's in The Conjuring. She's the mom.
She's The Conjuring.
The lady. Anyways, we're going way off topic.
Good movie though.
So sorry, I accidentally moved something on my list. So,
do you have any honorable mentions you want to shout out?
Well, that's what I wanted to go into, but then I lost.
Okay, JD, you have
an
honorable mention?
Yeah, I got a couple. I got the 12 Monkeys series, but it's kind of more sci-fi than horror, but it's still in that vein. The Haunting on Hill House.
Yeah, I seen Haunting on Hill House and I really liked it, but I wasn't sure. Do you need to see Haunting of Bly Manor to?
No.
Okay, so
you don't really. Count? They're not really connected. And I got like Angel and Buffy on mine too, because
I didn't put it because I knew you would have it, so I was like,
Buffy's on my. Okay, so Buffy was the other one I didn't get. I didn't put down that was more adult oriented. So.
Yeah, but Buffy and Angel were both. Angel is one of the more underrated shows because it got better than Buffy at a certain point.
Like it hit its stride in the last season, and it just ended abruptly. I hated the way it ended.
From the moment of the creation of Angel, I think is like season 3 or 4 of Buffy.
Yes,
and
because
that Buffy went completely downhill at that point. That's when it crashed and burned. For
they tried to replace Angel with Spike, and it didn't work.
Yeah, but I like the guy that played Spike. I'm not gonna lie,
James Marsters.
Okay, I'll throw out 2, and then we'll see what Putty has.
All right.
So I have another category here called underrated. So these are 2 shows that I think that are totally worth checking out that a lot of people don't talk about. It's Stan Against Evil, which if nobody's heard that,
I've seen the movie.
It's a smaller show, and it's John C. McGinley from Scrubs, and it's basically like Ash vs. the Evil Dead, but just with like a more monsters are in the show than just like the zombie things. I can't remember what they're called from Ash vs. Evil Dead. And then Gareth Marenghi's Dark Place. That's a great comedy show. If no one's ever seen that, totally need to check that out.
So the one thing you had brought up earlier, John, I put in my honorable mentions, and I was wondering because I feel like they still need love, even though they're not, adults. You had brought up not to bring any of the kids stuff, but I do want to say Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark? two great kids horror shows that deserve love. Even though I understand why we didn't put list.
Well, yeah, because I was gonna do a kids list next year, but you ruined it all. Now we know your top two. So
That's
you know,
not my. Well,
now we
go.
freaking know. Yeah, I'm
no,
joking. I'm just joking.
Anyway, but then the
Hilarious
one
House of Frightenstein.
But the one I want to put out there that is on my list, and then there's two that I haven't seen. I want to talk about, sparks and interest. But this one, the reason it's on my honorable mentions, it would have made the list if it was all horror, and that is Love, Death, and Robots, the show that's on Netflix.
Yes, you're right, because a lot of it is not horror.
But the ones that are horror, for example, the one with the girl in the water, oh my god, the effects they did with that is insanely good. Like if you haven't seen it, watch the last episode of the most recent season, and I guarantee you're gonna look at these like, how did they do it? The animation is so freaky and so crazy good that, like, because it's not horror, I just want to put some love out there for it. You know what I mean? Because even though
I mean, if you're just throwing love around, then I guess a lot of people like Black Mirror.
Yeah, that's another one like too. Yes, yeah, exactly. I like the twisted stuff.
Black Mirror was not I'm not big on anthology shows. In terms of when it's every episode is a completely different thing. I'm not a big fan of that. That's why I don't have Twilight Zone here. I know I have Outer Limits, but
yeah,
Outer Limits was just like this thing that I fell into as a kid. It just happened.
Yeah. And then the other two,
it kind of went hand in hand with X-Files. Like they played around the same.
Yeah, because there was the one that Dan Aykroyd did right.
Yeah.
And then the other two, this one I haven't seen. It's out on Netflix, but I was going to do a review and never saw it. And I'm sure you guys have seen it already, but I don't know if it's considered horror. And that's The Sandman. Like I feel like that would be in a horror thing because the comic book and everything. So I didn't know. So I haven't seen
the show on Netflix.
Yeah,
that's no.
Okay. See, I have no idea. I haven't seen it yet. And then the other one I'm excited to see is Wednesday.
I'm excited for Wednesday.
Do a great job.
Did you not watch Sandman?
No, I haven't. That's the thing. I haven't seen it. No.
That show has 6 episodes of pure, absolute gold. Like
really,
of pure gold. But it's followed by 4 of the worst episodes of a show I've ever seen in my entire life. Because suddenly the whole storyline changes. I'm not going to tell spoilers. But it becomes completely about these new people. It has nothing to do with Sandman. And you're like, what the hell's happening? And the acting is so bad. Everything's so bad. It's like, what the hell is happening?
That scares me.
But watch the first 6 episodes. They're amazing.
I mean, okay, because the thing that was
kind of going to get renewed too. So I'm excited to see where it's going to go. Joanna Constantine is amazing.
But I also found out too that I got excited about the Wednesday show is I found out from an interview that Christina Ricci is actually going to be in it as well, which is what introduced me to love Wednesday.
Originally, the plan was for her to play Morticia.
Oh, that would have been amazing! Oh, come on, I would have loved it. I would have loved it. I'm a Christina Ricci fan. I grew up that same era.
You know what? It kind of a horror show. I'm going to throw it out there. I didn't even think of it. Is oh my gosh, what the hell is it called? Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that. Yeah,
that's a great show, and it's becoming a horror show. Like it started off as like a survival show, and it became like a horror show.
All right, well, good. I'm gonna have to do some.
That show you need to stop whatever you're doing and watch those.
Well, no, you have to understand. I've seen everything Christina Ricci. I've been a fan of her.
Well, again, she's the best part of that show. Like. She's amazing. Oh, did you not know she's in Yellow Jackets?
No, I knew. I saw her in an interview. I knew she was and everything. Unfortunately, it was spoiled to me, but I didn't know. Like, it doesn't show in the promos, and I probably wouldn't have watched it.
No, she's in it right from the start.
Okay, yeah, I can see. The thing is, like I said, I've been the day that I actually really became a fan of it was Casper, and then it went from there. And Black Snake Moon. Anyway, it's going off track. So yeah, I want to see it there.
Black Snake Moon sucks.
I actually like it, but it might. Well, actually, you know why I like it. Now I think about it, I know why I like it.
You said Casper. What was there anything before Casper with her?
Okay, so there's Now and Then.
The Addams Family.
Yeah. Now and Then. Addams Family.
Both Addams Family movies.
Was she in the Babysitters Club?
Not that I remember.
She's in Now and Then, though. I actually remember I used to love Now and Then when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah. Well, again, I didn't like who her character was supposed to grow up as, you know what I mean? But
Rosie O'Donnell?
Yeah, exactly. But I did like her. You know what I mean?
Rosie O'Donnell's great in Another Stakeout. I don't remember if she's in Stakeout, but Another Stakeout's an underrated comedy sequel. But Christina Ricci, that darn cat. Listen, I know this movie sucks. It's a remake, and I know it's not good, but when I was a kid, I watched that VHS every day. Every day.
Wasn't she in Mermaids?
Yes,
Yeah, she
that's
was
her
in
first
Mermaids.
appearance. That's her first appearance.
So, but yeah, guys, check out that darn cat, Christina Ricci and Dougie Doug.
Dougie Doug. Oh my god.
Speaking of Dougie Doug, shout out to Eight Legged Freaks.
Oh my god, Dougie.
Oh, another one that it wasn't that good, but I grew up watching it just for the intros, and that is A Nightmare on Elm Street. The original TV show they put out. I don't know if you guys ever heard about it, but they would put it out late night weekends. It was a TV show.
How do I not know about this?
Yeah, so what it is, go look it up. You would actually see Freddy Krueger do an intro, and he's like, we have a story. It literally was like the Creep Keeper. And it was Robert
There was
Englund.
also a really bad Canadian TV show, Friday the 13th, that had nothing to do with Jason Voorhees.
Sounds like something Canadian.
But yeah, look it up. Look up the Nightmare on Elm Street show. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple other good comedy ones. Like Scream Queens is pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't seen
that. I never got to finish it, but I liked what I saw of it. A terrible one. I'm going to say this. I don't care if anybody likes this. You're crazy. Scream. The show Scream is so bad. I don't
Never
even
seen it.
like the first episode. Bella Thorne is like so god awful that like I was like I don't even want to finish this.
I cannot stand her.
I'm pretty sure she gets killed in the first episode. But they advertised it like she's in the whole show.
Whole series.
Yeah. As far I don't remember because I watched it as it was coming out. And
spoiler alert.
I want to throw out some love, even though it's not really a horror, to Lucifer.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let it count. If I have Supernatural, that kind of has to do with the same types of things as Supernatural.
Yeah.
It's very Supernatural-like.
Yeah.
What about then would Lost count? I don't like Lost. But I'm saying
I don't know if I would count Lost.
That's more of a thriller, no?
I don't even know what that is because it's not sci-fi.
Lost is Lost.
Yeah, Lost is like its own thing.
Just let it exist in its own time and space.
Own world.
It's its own genre. It's like,
I mean, there's a lot of good ones. I'm sure we missed a lot.
Let
us know in the
musical,
comments.
comedy, Lost.
But seriously, let us know if we missed any. Tell us in the comments. We're not doing any animated stuff on this. And we tried not to do kids shows, but Putty had to get those out, and I'll allow it because they're worth it. But I would like to do those maybe at some point down the road.
I'll allow it.
Is there really even enough? Be honest.
Oh, yeah,
I've been around for
sure.
years, and I'm telling you,
For sure.
I guess
Tales of the Crypt Keeper.
If we're talking animated. Oh, well, yeah.
That's also different. A kids show too. That doubles. It's a double. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Oh, Beetlejuice. No,
100%
Beetlejuice. Oh, come on now.
It's pronounced Beetlegeist.
My Pet Monster.
My Pet Monster, Putty.
I had two. One got messed up and everything. I bought a second one, so I basically doubled up the whole chain situation.
Yeah, we know why it got messed up from behind.
Oh wow! Really ruined my childhood. Now ruined childhood.
Teddy Ruxpin.
Putty used those handcuffs, eh?
I no, Teddy Ruxpin was the one that you put your like Metallica cassette tape.
I did that to my sister once with her Cricket.
Oh yeah!
You remember that?
Cricket. And I've been told that story before, so that's a classic story.
Well, best story I ever had. I probably told you guys before, but was when I got scared by my buddy as Chucky at a friend's house. So, yeah.
Was it like an animatronic one or whatever?
No, that was just the my buddy. Basically, we just saw Child's Play. Me and my friend, we were sleeping in the tent and the outside and everything. And it's when Child's Play first just came on VHS, and we watched it all excited. And my friend's older brother took their younger brothers, my buddy, and then went outside the tent and made it walk like it was outside the tent, and then unzipped it and threw it in there. And me and my friend freaked out, screaming, "Ah!"
At least you didn't lock a bunch of people in the basement and force them to watch Predator. When everybody was underage and nobody should have been watching.
Underage? We were like 9.
Not even. I was gonna say we were like I think it was 8. When did I think 1988 that Child's Play?
Something like that.
Yeah.
By the way, the Child's Play show is apparently really good.
Oh, Chucky! I want to watch it. I just haven't.
The second season.
My Peacock list.
Yeah.
Did you watch the first season?
I have. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. I wanted to put that on my list. I forgot about that, but yeah,
hey,
I know the second season. But
okay, well, let's cut this off here because we have shout out to Chucky for JD.
Shout out to Chucky.
Let's cut off this episode here. And we'll jump into the next one. And guys, get ready because we're gonna have a bunch of episodes. Halloween. Like, comment, subscribe, check out their channels, and peace out.